Good morning, welcome to Clinical Yoga. This practice is called the Venus. Okay, so just drawing back the chin and lengthening in the spine, and just taking a moment to check in with yourself. Be aware of sitting on the mat. Any noises around you, noticing your breathing, and any sensations you may have. Okay, let's open the eyes and turn the palms out. So rolling back the shoulders, turning up the palms, and let's take the arms overhead. Maybe bringing the palms together if you can, and feeling the arms next to your ears and reaching high, and then taking the thumbs to the base of the neck. And then push the back of the head slightly into the wrists. So you're really flaring the rib cage in this position. It's going to make your thighs quiver a little bit and the thighs will rise up slightly. And then reach back up again, and let's take the right hand down, reaching long out to the left waist. Great. And to the other side, hand down and long out to the waist. Opening up that side. Great. Let's take the fingertips behind and shoulder blades together. Inhale. And then taking your left hand on your right knee and your right shoulder back. And to the other side, hand behind. Inhale and shoulder back. Great. All right, let's come onto the hands and knees. So lovely, nice open fingers. So if you stretch your fingers wide and then lay them onto the mat, and then rounding up in the lower back, head down. Then inhale, drop the back down, shoulders away from the ears. And then rounding again, head down. And then let's ease the hips back and take a deep child's pose. And just breathing into the belly. Let's come forward onto the hands and tuck the toes under, take a plank. So really strong thighs. This is a moment just to fire up your tummy and your trunk. And then drop the knees slightly and push back into your downward dog. So maybe dropping into the right heel and the left heel. Maybe moving just gently side to side. Feeling that length in the spine and the arms. And the sit bones are sticking up behind you, and then you can drive your heels down. And maybe, again, just swinging a little bit side to side. Let's lift the heels now and start to tiptoe forwards. Lift the chest, place the belly down the thighs, hold the elbows and let the head hang down. Let's slowly roll up. great. Okay, so turning the palms out, stand tall, weight into the heels, lift the chest. Let's take the arms wide, all the way up. Hopefully again you can meet at the top. Feel your rib cage lifting. Take the thumbs to the base of the neck, and one more time, push the back of your head into your wrists, and then let's start to fold for our first sun salutation. So rounding all the way down, you want to exhale. Then you're going to pull your fingertips back and inhale. Then the hands go down, step back into plank. Exhale, so you might be coming to the mat, you might be staying off the mat. So whichever level of the sun salutation you take, we'll meet back in downward dog. Okay, let's lift the left leg up behind. So you might want to rise up on the right heel, or you could, if you feel more like you want to stretch, then dropping it down. And then we move the weight forward into the hands. Bring the knee underneath you, step forward, join with the right, pull the fingertips back, inhale, exhale, deep fold, and inhale to the top. So all the way up, and again maybe taking the thumbs to the base of the neck, push the back of the head into the wrists, and then let's fold again. So all the way down, you're exhaling now. Then your inhale. Then the hands go down, finding your plank. And then we're going to meet in downward dog. So if you can come down, stay off the mat or on the mat. Taking up dog or cobra, whichever one is right for you. And then again, finding your downward dog. Feeling every joint in the hand pressing down, so in the fingers, not just the base of the wrist. And then maybe lift the heels, lift the right leg. Maybe a little bit more push back, and then bring the weight into the hands, bring the leg underneath you, join with the left, pull the fingertips back, inhale. And ready for your big exhale. And when you're ready, inhale to the top. Great. All right, let's bring the hands down to prayer in front of the chest. Knees go forward till you can't take them anymore, and then you start to sit back. So you're trying to be able to still lift the rib cage a little bit and look forward without having to use the neck too much. And then we're going to take the right elbow over the left knee, push into the outside of the knee, push the palms together. Then to the other side, so left elbow over right knee, push into the outside of the knee. And then finally go all the way to the top, inhale. Exhale, fold. We're going to lift the left leg to horizontal, supported warrior 3. Then we're going to bend the right knee and put the left foot down, and now you've got your runner's lunge. Now we're going to come up into crescent lunge, so tailbone down slightly, so you really feel it in your right bum as you lift up, and then you've got that power in the left leg and lifting the chest. Let's take the arms behind the back, interlace the fingers, and we're not leaning back, we're just shifting the rib cage forward slightly. Let's really push into that left leg now, really strong, lifting the rib cage. And then we take the hands down and we meet in downward dog again. So if you want to take the lowering down, that's great. If not, just go straight to downward dog. Again, bringing your attention to your breathing once you've settled in downward dog. Okay, so when you're ready, maybe lifting the heels, let's lift the left leg. Take the weight forward, step forward with your left foot, then bring your hands a bit further forward. Let's lift the right leg to supported warrior 3 now. So sort of horizontal or slightly above horizontal. Then the right foot comes down next to your left, and you can exhale, fold over the thighs. And then inhale to the top. Great. Okay, let's bring the hands back to prayer again. Make sure you're fairly close to the front of the mat. Knees forward first, and then the hips sit right back. Again, you're trying to feel the back muscles working. And of course, the more you lift the chest, the more you'll feel it in the lower belly. Squeeze your knees together. Left elbow over the right knee. Push the palms together so your forearms are vertical. Sit the hips low. Then to the other side. And pushing the palms together. Sit the hips low. And then we'll go all the way to the top. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Lift the right leg now to horizontal for supported warrior 3. Then bend the left knee, so you're squatting on that left leg. Then the right foot goes down behind you, and you can push the feet apart and feel that energized runner's lunge. And then push into both feet, take the arms overhead, lift the right heel. So the right leg is helping you to lift up to the sky or the ceiling. And then the arms go behind, interlace the fingers, knuckles towards that right heel, chest forward. Trying to make a sort of J shape with that right leg and the body. And then the hands go down, find your plank. Exhale, inhale. And we all meet in downward dog again. Long, slow breaths. Okay, let's slowly lift the right leg. Take the weight forward. Right foot strides forward. Now you're ready to take your hands forward in front of that right foot. Lift the left leg to fairly horizontal or slightly above. Then the left foot comes down. Exhale over the thighs. And inhale to the top. Great. Okay. This time, arms behind, interlace the fingers, lift the chest. We're going to again stay fairly close to the front of the mat, big toes together, knees forward, hips back, sit back down into your powerful pose. And again, this is to encourage the upper back, squeezing the shoulder blades together, keeping those back muscles strong. Then we're going to lay the body down the thighs, and if you can tip your arms over, but as you drop your head, be careful your balance is going to be compromised as you bow your head. So nice big breaths against your thighs. So let's sit the hips down, take the hands back to the lower back, swoop your arms up for one powerful pose. Fingertips down, left leg rises again to horizontal. Squat into the right leg, put the left foot down, runner's lunge. Arms up for crescent lunge. left heel turns in, arms nice and long for warrior two. So you're leading with your right leg and trying to open that right knee as wide as you can. And then we're going to take a humble warrior here. So hands behind the back, interlace the fingers. We turn the chest a little bit towards the right thigh, lift the rib cage and start to fold at the right hip. So you come close to that right thigh. Then you let the muscles go in the back as you drop your head down onto the inside of the right knee and your hips come in line with the heels and breathing into the belly. Let's take the hands back to the lower back. Come up, find your warrior two again. And then we'll take the hands down over the right foot. Come back into plank. When you're ready, exhale. When you're ready, inhale. And back into downward dog. Okay, we're going to lift that left leg again. Take the weight into the hands and the left foot comes forward. Ready to take your hands forward up over the mat. Right leg lifts to horizontal. Flatten the back. And then the right foot comes down next to the left. Exhale. And we'll meet at the top. So if you've gone back on the mat a bit, then come a bit closer. You want to be about 12 inches from the top of the mat. Okay, so let's take the arms behind again, interlace the fingers, shoulder blades together, knees go forward, hips go back. So you concertina down, but you're strong enough to keep that chest lifted. And you'll feel it deep in the front of the hips and in the lower belly. The more you can lift the rib cage. Let's lay the belly down the thighs, tip the arms over, drop the head. So you might wobble around a little bit here. Then the hands go back to the lower back and the chest starts to rise again and the hips drop low. Swoop the arms up for one powerful pose. Exhale, fold. Take the right leg up behind you. Settle the breathing. Then squat into the left leg. Put the right foot down. Find your runner's lunge. Come up into crescent lunge. Right heel lifts, powerful. Then the right heel turns sideways, so your foot is across the mat now, the right foot. You bend the left knee, open the arms, find your warrior two. So pushing the feet apart, look down the left arm. All right, so I like to turn my right foot in a little bit now. Hands behind the back, shoulder blades together, lift the chest a little bit. So we're doing a sort of theatrical bow. Lift the chest and head. Bow forwards. The ear comes just on the inside of the left knee, left ear. And you can let go of the back muscles now and let your body round down. And your hips all want to swing back behind you, so you bring them in line with the heels and your head is sort of next to your left inner shin, hopefully. Then your hands go back to the lower back and the chest starts to rise, so you flat back. Then come up into your warrior two. Lovely, and then we take the hands down, find a plank. When you're ready, exhale, Inhale, or you can just go straight to downward dog. Back into down dog. Settling the breathing. And this is where if you want to take a child's pose, that would be nice, or you can just stay in your downward dog. We're going to just take a moment. So whichever you prefer, knees down is absolutely fine. Just staying with your breathing. All right, let's come back into downward dog if you're not in that. And when you're ready, we'll lift the right leg slowly. Bring the weight into the hands. The right foot comes forward. You need to come into a plank. Right foot forward. Hands forward over the end of the mat. Lift the left leg. Big breath. Then left foot goes down. Exhale. And when you're ready, inhale to the top. Great. All right, so let's put the feet wide apart and turning the toes slightly in. Great, so our forward bend. Now we're going to take the hands behind today, so interlace the fingers, shoulder blades together. A softness in the knees, and the arms are to remind you to keep your back nice and straight. So fold at the hip, keep the knees bouncy and soft. Then you can drop a little bit lower, maybe the back started to round and the arms can come over your back. So you need to drive those feet apart. The outsides of the sort of outer border of the foot is pushing into the mat to keep your stability. And then let's let go with the hands and put the hands down underneath you, or forearms, depending on how supple you are. And then just occasionally lift the chest to flatten the back, push the feet apart. Huge pull on the inner thighs and the back of the legs. And then just see if you can fold again, maybe coming forward into the big toes. All right, let's come onto the fingertips. Turn the heels in. So we're going to try some squats here. So if you can take full Asian squat, in other words, where you sit down, put your elbows between the knees and bring the palms together, that's great. Otherwise, maybe you're here in your sumo squat. And we're just going to go up and down between the two. So if you can come right down, that's great. Some people might like to put their heels on a block. That just helps. We're going to go straight up. So you are trying to think of going up rather than tipping forwards. See if you can push hard and come straight up, arms overhead. Let's go back down again. So knees wide, hips down. Try and keep your body pretty straight up. Palms together, push into the inside of the knees and flatten the back. Let's go up one more time. And last one, the hardest of all, is to keep the arms above the head and then squat low. So either your sumo squat, just halfway is fine. And see if you can keep your arms overhead. This is really strengthening you for your squat. And then come up. Well done. Okay, so just making sure you don't go dizzy, just moving around a bit. Take a big inhale. And arms to prayer. Great. Okay, so we're going to go down on the mat. So just take an inhale. Exhale, fold, and walk your hands forward. And we'll just lie on the belly, so just lowering yourself to the mat. Hands underneath the forehead. And just settling the breathing. So you're aware of your breathing against the mat in the belly. Okay, so let's push back onto all fours. And we're going to put the forearms down and do something we call sort of around the core. So forearms are as parallel to each other as they can be. Don't worry if the thumbs want to come closer together. Then we're going to tuck the toes under and take plank. So your nose and your eyes are about level with your thumbs. Palms are nice and open and you're on the forearms. So you're trying to be nice and flat. So you put your knees down whenever you need to, but trying to hold here if you can. So as you feel like you might get a bit shaky, you can squeeze your knees a bit tighter, tuck your tailbone down a bit more to help those big muscles in the trunk. And then we're going to go right forearm plank. So you put your forearm across the mat and you swing onto the outside of the right foot. Left foot goes on the top and left arm goes up. Bring yourself back to your breathing whenever you can, and then take the arms right overhead and lift the right hip. So sorry, left arm right overhead, lift the right hip. Let's go to the other side. So put your left forearm alongside your right and swap sides. So now you're on the left forearm and the right arm goes up. And then if you can, we'll take the right arm overhead. Reach long as you lift your left hip away from the floor. And then finally back to forearm plank. Take one moment there, just find that strength in the trunk. And then we'll take the knees down, walk the hands back, take a child's pose. So you might want to bring your arms alongside you and settling your breathing into the belly. Okay, so let's turn over. So sitting on the mat with your feet down the mat. Let's take a boat. So lots of different levels of boat. Hands behind the knees is fine. Then trying to bring the legs to horizontal and trying to lift the chest a little bit. Find that pike. If you feel strong enough, you could take the arms away. And if you've got long hamstrings and you can manage to take, you can either have the arms alongside the knees or you can take the arms overhead. So whichever works for you, just make sure you feel you're challenging yourself. And then feet down when you're ready. You can spend as long as you like. Let's roll slowly back whenever you're ready. Soles of the feet together, arms overhead, elbows apart. Lovely deep breaths there. And bringing the knees up, feet flat. Just take one bridge, so keep your arms out of the bridge and just squeeze the bum to open the front of the thighs where you were just working hard. And then the hips can go down. Bring your knees over you, give them a hug, nose between the knees. Then feet down, arms into a V shape on the floor. Take the knees to the right, let the left hip roll up. You're actively keeping the left shoulder down. Keep your attention with your breathing. And the other side. Right hip rolls up, right shoulder stays down. And knees palms up. So we're going to take a short Shavasana for this video, but if you want to turn it off and take a longer one, that sounds good. So just reaching the legs out, turning up the palms, and feeling yourself just letting go now. Just keep scanning the body, feeling the legs heavy and the body heavy. Alright, let's take the hands onto the belly if you want to come out of Shavasana now. A couple of big breaths there. And then let's maybe rolling through the right side. So roll onto your right side and then we'll meet up in sitting. Okay, so when you're ready, let's take a big inhale together. And exhale. Namaste. And I'll see you tomorrow.